Hey everybody, good evening, and welcome back yet again. Got a little bit of nectar of the gods going. Gonna get the meat prepped up tonight. I have done a lot of pork butt cooks, just a crap ton, pardon my language, just a crap ton of pork butt cooks. And one of the most common questions I get is, have you ever injected? And the answer to that is no, I have never ever injected a pork butt, just because, I think that I kind of sort of got pork butts to the point now to where I really like them, and for the most part I think the people that eat the meat that I smoke likes them too. But we got to try injecting it. I was at a hardware store in Esterville, Iowa, looking for some B&B oak briquettes. Well, they didn't have any. I found some today, not in Esterville, but in Spirit Lake. They didn't have any there in Esterville, Iowa at Ace, but what they did have is some Kosmos Q Pork Injection, and our original pork injection, and that's what we're going to inject this pork butt up with. So let's take you down here real quick, and I'm going to show you how I get it prepped up. Alright, so first things first, I got about a 10.5 pound pork butt. We're going to be smoking this thing fat cap down. Me with pork butts and briskets for the most part, by trial and error, I like fat cap down. But before we inject this, what I'm going to go ahead and do is move this out of the way. I'm going to put this disposable aluminum pan here, and then move the pork butt in to the pan. That way it's got higher sides, so all the juices can kind of just stay in there, because this is going to sit in the fridge overnight, and all the juices can just stay in there and just kind of give it a little marinade, I suppose. But let's go ahead and get this thing injected up. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is just turn it over to the fat cap side up first. And I wish I had some gloves, but those are very hard to come by, and I don't have any. So what we're going to go ahead and do is, I already got the pork injection mixed up right here, and I'm kind of sort of going to inject this just like I would a brisket, and just kind of do like a little grid pattern, and just go in, inject, and just keep on moving all around. If this injects like a brisket, I will make a mess, but hopefully it doesn't. That's going to be about good enough for the fat cap side, and to go ahead and turn this thing over and get the non-fat cap side. And that is going to be about good for the injection. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is take a little bit of paper towel and kind of just lean this thing. And I don't know why, but I think I saw this in one of the videos Kosmos did. But I'm just going to go ahead and try to soak up any kind of, puddling. I don't know if that's the word, puddling. But any kind of loose injection I do have in there. There's plenty of injection in the meat already. And and for one, pork butt, is pretty dang moist as it is. And I just don't want it sitting in a pool of it, or any more than it will, because I'm sure it'll continue to kind of sort of leak out, as the night goes on. So that's going to be about good for doing that. And now, since we're going to be smoking this fat cap down, I'm going to season the fat cap side first. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this thing over to the fat cap side. I'm going to try to keep my right hand clean here. And we're going to go ahead and go on with some rub. The rub I'm going to use tonight, first time using it on a pork butt. Favorite rub on ribs is this Tailgaters BBQ Party Rub. Just awesome stuff. I know, Ken over at Heavy Metal Barbecue got this stuff on my recommendation, and I don't think he has been disappointed. Go ahead and check his channel out. For those of you who like to do a lot of mods to your grills, and, another good channel to watch would be his, beside my dad, but Ken does a lot of cool stuff too. So let's just go ahead and give this thing a very good coat of this rub. And that is going to be about good enough. I'm going to go ahead and pat this in, and I'm going to take this and put this in the refrigerator overnight uncovered, and I will pick back up in the morning. Excuse me, that's one good thing that the Suckle Busters is good for, is a good sneeze. But I'm going to go ahead and throw this in the fridge overnight, let it sit, not covered, and I will pick back up in the morning when we're throwing it on, so we'll see you then. Alrighty, good morning. Another Tom Horseman Classic we got in front of us today. I'm pretty excited to cook on this. Been doing a lot of researching lately on the UDS smokers, and I did recently acquire a 55-gallon drum, and I did order a UDS smoker kit last night, so stay tuned for some videos of me going through, pretty much, I think briefly I'm going to do videos on, me going over to build. But in the meantime, we got the pit barrel cooker, another Tom Horseman classic, like I said, and we're going to set this up with the mods he has done. We're going to set this up as close as I can get it to a UDS. So, I don't know if you can see what I got going on over there on the right, but we obviously got the charcoal basket with a couple charcoal lighters in there. Using B&B oak briquettes, I recently ran into some luck and bought about a dozen bags of it, of the oak briquettes, and then I bought 5 bags of the their oak lump. Was pretty excited. It was like Christmas. And then once I get that coal going, not gonna use lighter fluid, but once I get that coal going, I'm gonna put in that pan right over here, and on top of this, there is a pizza pan. I believe it's an 18-inch pizza pan, and then a pizza stone. And what my dad did on this is, I'll see if I can bring you in and show you. But what my dad did was, this pit barrel cooker has got its normal tacks, or its normal bolts coming through right here on the top. That's for the grate. But if you go down about, I believe it's about a foot, he's got another row of these, and then that's where that pan with the deflector plate is going to go. So first things first, we're going to get the charcoal going. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, now that those are going, I'm going to let these burn for about 10 minutes, and then once these are lit to how I want them, I'll pick back up and I'll show you how I put this, I'll just show you in detail how I'm getting this thing set up. So, see you in about 10 minutes. Alright, this has been burning for about 10 minutes, and let's see if I can do this. And this is going to make kind of for indirect, just like that. And then I'm going to throw a temp probe in here. And I did do a mod, I don't know if you can see it right here, but I put in one of these Wilbur Smoky Mountain gaskets in the side of the pit barrel. One thing that's always kind of drove me nuts about my pit barrel is that you got to run the temp probes either through the lid or you go through these holes. I'd rather have it just through a gasket. So now besides that, I should note that the rebar holes I am covering up with magnets. I'll zoom you back and give you a look at that real quick. But you can see right there, I got the rebar holes there covered with some American flag magnets. They're not very magnetic magnets. They're not very strong. So I don't know how they're going to hold. If they don't hold, we'll throw some tin foil there. But then go on to the back here. And I got the holes back here also covered up with some magnets. I did forget to throw a couple chunks in there. I do have some chunks of oak buried in there. The wood we're using today is post oak. So go ahead and take a couple more chunks. Throw them right on top of coals. Rebuild this thing again. Go ahead and put the lid on. I'm going to start with this thing opened all the way up. You can see it's Tom Horseman mod there, that chimney stack. Pretty cool. But I'm going to start with that all the way open. And I'm going to bring it up. The target temp we're shooting for today is about 275 to 300. So we'll let this thing get heated up, and I'll pick back up right when I put it on. So we'll see you then. Okay, we're back. Temperature right now has climbed up to about 240. I'm going to go ahead and close the chimney stack about halfway for now. And I'm going to go ahead and throw the pork butt on. We'll get some better smoke once this thing gets fully lit. So we're going to go ahead and close this thing down. Like so. And then I'm going to get these temps balanced right around that 275 to 300. So I will pick back up when I first look at this thing. So we'll probably see in about 3 or 4 hours. All right, we are back. We have been on for about exactly 5 hours. And it's time to wrap. Internal temp on the butt is at 169, 170. You can see that. Usually when I run this temp, regardless on the size of the pork butt, I'm always wrapping. You know, these things get done in about 6 to 8 hours. I'm probably going to guess this one's going to take about 7 hours. But let's just go ahead and give you a quick peek at the butt. There it is. Got some pretty nice looking bark on it. This thing's been holding steady right around 270 to 290 the whole time. I think I had to adjust the chimney maybe like once or twice. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is just pull this thing out, double wrap it in foil, and throw it back on here to finish it. If you hadn't noticed, I am using a new wireless thermometer. I'm using the ThermoWorks Smoke X4. It's got like a, I think like a 1.3 mile range on it. I don't really see the need for it, but that is one of the things why I bought it. I mean, I'm never 1.3 miles away with that thing on me, but it's just kind of cool that it can do that. I don't know, I might try it out someday. It's line of sight, so you can't go around a bunch of corners and stuff. But I don't know if I mentioned it, but the charcoal I am using today is the B&B Oak Briquettes. Love that stuff. Finally, I got a bunch of it. Just bought 12 bags yesterday, and I did have 4, 5, 6 chunks of post oak mixed in there with that as well. So now, besides that, pulling it off, wrapping it up, and I'll probably pick back in when we're shredding it up. So we'll see you then. Alrighty, we are back, and it's time to eat. Real quick, go over cook times like we always do here. Pit temp, 275 to 300 to whole cook. 5 hours on smoke, 2.5 hours wrap. So this is a total of 10.5 hours, or sorry, 5 and 2, that's bad math. 5 and 2.5, 7.5 hours total cook time. This has been wrapped up in the foil and towels for 4 hours now. So I guess if you want to do that, it'd be 11.5 hours total. But let's go ahead and pull it out of the foil. Go ahead and pull that bone. Very nice. And let's just go ahead and take a shred at this. Oh yeah, just melting. Good, nice bark on it. Still piping hot. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this the entire time, even though I do have like nice cotton gloves underneath. But nice smoke ring, nice looking pork butt. Let's just dive into this, give it a try. I'm excited to see what an injected pork butt tastes like. There's the pork, but let's go ahead and give it a try. Okay, it's good. Not necessary, I don't think. I don't think this is any more moist, or I really don't even think it's that much more flavorful than a non-injected. To me, it kind of sort of tastes the same. It's really good. If anything, I would say that Tailgaters Party Barbecue Rub or whatever. I don't know. I can't remember the name of that, but that Tailgaters Party Rub is awesome. Like, it made a really good bark on here, gave it a really good flavor. And yeah, I have to say that the way I had that pit barrel cooker set up, kind of with the heat diffuser in there with the pizza stone, and then the B&B charcoal mixed with the post oak, that already is my favorite flavor on ribs. That gave this pork butt a very, very, very good flavor. I don't know what it is with oak and pork, but to me they just go hand in hand. That pit barrel cooker did an awesome job as well. It held temps for me, and it's still running right now. I mean, I probably could have got 12, 13 hours on that little thing with temperatures between 275 and 300. And now I think that's about all I got. Let's go ahead and cheers. Shout out to Busch Light for doing Nectar of the Gods, and also shout out to Busch Light for making the Nectar of the Dogs. I don't know if you guys and girls saw, but Busch Light also has a dog beer right now, which I've given my dogs Busch Light. I shouldn't say that on camera, but I have. They've gotten Busch Light before. They like it, but maybe I'll have to try to find that dog beer by them. It's pretty cool that they did that. But now, besides that, I'm going to sign off. Make sure you subscribe and hit that like button, hit that notification bell so you can be stay up to date on all Mad Horses content. I guess refer to myself in the third person is what they would call that. But you guys and girls have a good night, and we will see you next time.